If you guys still remember about this video, it means that you're quite an old player because this video more focused on the past shield gating mechanism. But now with the overguard have been included into the game and with a lot of things have been changed here, we can see that Frost somehow become even much better compared to before. Like we can really use overguard to make ourselves become invulnerable instead of relying on the shield gating. So let's see about what the new Frost looks like, and will the new update changes help out Frost even better?
So, without further ado, let's hop right into it.
The main buff that we need to talk about is the Icy Avalanche augment mod. Because now, with the overguard already be included into the game, we can now use overguard to help our Frost to reach invulnerable, instead of the past where we have to rely on shield gating, which is somehow very hard. If that's the case, does it mean that using Icy Avalanche already enough? That's not all. Remember the Biting Frost augment? Yep. With the Biting Frost and the Icy Avalanche pair up together, these will create a devastating combo. Because of this, for our build here, I'm still using my old build because I don't have any format here, so I can't format it for the better build. But still, all this just only changed a little mod. Now before we go through here, it is much important to tell you that it is better to include 2 Azure Archon shots so that you can gain extra casting speed, as casting Avalanche will really take time. So I really recommend you to go with those 2 Archon shots. Now for our Frost Prime new builds here, the build will almost be the same as our last build that I already mentioned about before. But to make it a very quick recap, we need to achieve as high range as possible because we need to make sure that Icy Avalanche can hit a lot of enemies at once, which is why we're running all the range mod, which is overextended, overguard reach, and stretch. It is also important that we need to include our 2 augment mods, which is the Biting Frost and Icy Avalanche. For our energy problem, we'll be using Archon Flow, Streamline, and Arcane Energize. Do not be fooled by this build will be very cheap. Instead, this build is quite spammy that you will eventually run out of energy so quickly. So it is very important to increase your energy pool and reduce your energy consumption so that you won't run out of energy so quickly. Now for the last part. You notice that I didn't talk about aura and strength. That's because for your aura and strength, there's a few combinations you can go with. The important part here is that we want to make our Icy Avalanche to reach up to the full armor strip, which is we will be reaching up 168% of ability strength in order to reach up to full armor strip. So that's why you can see here my build here using Transient Fortitude, Monk Augmented, and Power Drip. Now this also means that your aura slot can go with whatever you want. For my case, I'm using Dreamer's Bond because I don't have anything to go for. But if let's say that you want to change your aura mod into the strength mod like the growing power, this also means that mod like the power drift won't be needed anymore. Instead, you can go with something like counting drift to increase your range even further. But let's say you don't have the strength aura mod and you do not want to run power drift, you can just reduce your overextended to rank 3 overextended because the reduce of the negative ability strength consumption still will be sufficient enough for you to go with the full armor strip. But if let's say that you really think all this quite hard to play, then don't worry. You can still go with Precision Intensify so that you can make your Icy Avalanche to fully armor strip enemy without too much other consideration. The only downside part is that your other abilities won't be receiving any strength mod. So it is important that how you want to combine your strength into your build so that you can reach the build that you really wanted to. And so there you have it. Frost really received a great buff here when the overguard had been included into the game. Because when the time that we can play overguard, most of Warframe somehow receive this buff, and oh boy, you don't really need to rely on health your shield anymore. Instead, getting as much overguard as possible should be enough. And remember that Biting Frost should be useful to make Frost really dealing great damage. And because in the last video I already mentioned about Secondary Shiver receive a buff in one way or another, you can also run a Secondary Shiver to make good use of Frost, Icy Avalanche augment, and the Cold proc here. So I think that Frost really received his buff, and who knows, maybe we can still hope that Ember, the opposite of the Cold itself, can also receive another buff, but I haven't tried it yet, so maybe we can wait for the future now, shall we?
If this is your first time watching, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out any news contents from me. Why not leave your comments down below if you got any ideas or thoughts you want to share with all of us. And that's it from me, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye bye!